my beautiful viewers. Today is such an honor to be with you. I've got amazing guests around the world. But today we're going to talk about kindness. And I know there's a lot of people that say kindness, we all need to be kind. But I realize that our life is so, and in a lot of places, is so upside down. I spoke to somebody yesterday in Dubai, and you cannot even imagine what they are going through. So kindness, just for me reaching out to her, talking to her, made a day. So you don't know what act of kindness you are doing that can maybe be somebody make their day or maybe change their life. So for this show, I took my beautiful guest into consideration, and I love all my guests. So my quote is, I'm going to read it. Kindness is one of the purest forms of love, because if it's asking for nothing in return while giving people everything they might need in this moment. So truly so blessed to have my amazing guest here today. First of all, I want to say thank you to all you, my beautiful viewers, for your time, for the ratings you are sending us. And I love the fives you are giving us. So thank you. Thank you for dancing with us. And yes, the paparazzi pen is, I think, 27 years old. I've got it 2 years, but the lady doesn't even know where she bought the paparazzi pen. That was some of your questions that you were asking on the feedback. And then, my beautiful viewers, I would love to say thank you to my amazing two groups. The beautiful Diamond Beauties Forever is our women's group, and then the Tanzanite Heroes is our male group. We've got quite a few ladies on E360 World. You, my beautiful viewers, that have joined the Diamond Beauties already, and I had a privilege of meeting 7 of them in coffee chats. So if there's more viewers out there that would love to join a love and empowerment movement community, you are welcome to connect with us. So now it's time for me to say thank you to all my guests today. They are all part of my amazing slim soul angels, as I call them. They are supporting me to be able to continue with the Power Hour. So, Gail, are you ready to be swish in, my girl? Here you go, swish. My beautiful Cindy, are you ready to be swish in? Here you go, my girl, swish. My beautiful Beverly, are you ready to swish in? Swish. Oh, I'm going to take a photo as soon as Paul is in. Paul, are you ready to be swish in, my beautiful one? Oh, I don't see Paul there at the back. Oh, he's coming, Swish! Oh, Paul, I didn't see you, but I know you were busy with the swish in. So, my beautiful ones, this is all for you, for showing up and sharing your swish into studio. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I took a screenshot, and yes, my beautiful viewers, you are also in the screenshot. So let us start. So kindness is such a special theme for me. I could not wait for us to start with kindness. So my beautiful girl, can you please introduce yourself and tell us what kindness means for you?
Well, first of all, Sanet, thank you so much for having me here, for being part of my life, and for giving me the opportunity to participate in your amazing group and meet these remarkable women and now amazing men. It's really changed my life in a very quick and short time. So, hello everyone, I'm Gail Kraft. I call myself an alchemist because I work with people who are going through really hard times in the process of change and help them understand how to look at life differently. And kindness to me means coming from your heart. It means the intention is to do no harm. It means that you truly, truly want to lift someone up with honesty, with truth, and with vulnerability. So, in a nutshell, that's kindness to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's beautiful. And while you were talking, I was like, with kindness and no harm. And, I just, when you say that, I got tears in my eyes. In our street here, so we don't have a lot of generators running. And with our power more than 7 days off now, how many people will come past and say, thank you, lady, or thank you, madam, for allowing us to charge your cell phone. It doesn't cost anything. It's just go to the gate, go and fetch the cell phone, tell them they can come and collect in 2 hours. It's nothing. But for them, they have a cell phone. So when you say that, girl, I just thank you for reminding me that kindness is costing nothing. So thank you for that. My beautiful Cindy, let me unmute. There was a little bit of a sound, so I just muted everyone. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us what kindness means for you?
Well, and thank you, Sanet, for bringing me into the fold here again. Beautiful community. So I'm Cindy Eddington, the owner of Trinkle Heart Wellness. I'm a lot of different things, but basically a woman who supports other women that are going through major life transitions and helping you navigate those and get to the other side so that you can live your fullest, best life. What does kindness mean to me? So many things. I mean, I could echo everything that Gail and you have already said. It is probably the simplest, heart-centered way of expressing love that we have available to us at any moment. And as you said, it doesn't cost us anything. It's free. It's simple. And I think that's the way it's meant to be. And feeling it, feeling that resonance of kindness is probably one of life's greatest joys. And so I know when I feel that being expressed to me, someone gives me kindness, to me it's that spark of love that comes right into your heart, and you can feel that presence of joy, and of course giving that back as well. So that's what it means to me.
That's truly amazing. Goosebumps. And I didn't put the glasses on, but goosebumps. It's almost like the cherry on the cherry. And ladies, Paul, I don't know if you know, but the ladies know my cheat is ice cream. And that's my treat as well. My cheat and my treat is ice cream. So that will be the cherry on the cherry. Thank you so much, Cindy. My beautiful Beverly. I am unmuting. Sorry, you are unmuted now. Please introduce yourself and tell us what kindness means for you.
Well, like everybody else, first of all, thank you so much, Sanet, for having me and bringing me into Diamond Beauties and allowing me to share in your light. And I'm Dr. Beverly Wixon, and I'm an infinite abundance and happiness guide and I want to remind people, abundance is not just money, it's so much more. And I think it starts with kindness. And one of the things kindness means to me is that you're not going to have an abundant life if you don't have kindness in your life, and that includes kindness for yourself. I think that's where it begins, is we have to be kind to ourselves, and then we extend it out, because we all have a beautiful light within us, and let it shine. Just let it shine, and that's what kindness is to me.
Beautiful. I found out where the noise was coming from is from your side, Beverly, but it's all good. We will manage it I will manage it on my side. Thank you, Beverly. That is truly amazing. So thank you for that. So my beautiful Paul, can you please introduce yourself and tell us what kindness means for you?
Well, I'm going to say thank you like everybody else, because that's the best way to start off a day is gratitude. And the opportunity that we have, that you've blessed us with in your vision, that we are allowed to share. And that's what I love, is because I'm Paul Brent, and I'm a connection expert. I am an energy captivator. I'm a international best-selling contributing author. I am an actor. I'm an entertainer. I'm a speaker. What would you need from me? And that's how I like to be able to think of, what can I bring back into this world? What can I give? What can I share? What can I do that's kind to help this be a better place? Kindness to me is just a genuine presence, being here, because this is the gift we have. And to give all of me, as long as I can share it. And this is, I guess, maybe one of those things of life that's always caught me in, I give without expectation, because I just remember what it's like. I remember my journey. And that one time, that one person sat down and just sat, never said a word, but was just present. And if we can give that much in life, that's caring. That's kindness. That's joy. That's love. So thank you for this opportunity to be present with all of you.
Thank you. And I had the honor to meet Paul's beautiful two sons today. So how amazing was that? So my beautiful girl, so let me start with your questions. So you do a lot of energy work, transformational work, but I love you being the part of the Mrs. Spot. You also brought something else to us. You brought us the magic of dragon and dragon energy, and how amazing, seeing the ladies see their dragons and feel their energy. It's truly such an inspiration. So my question to you is, how does kindness influence the energy we create around us?
So I would like to start off with, everything is energy. We are energy. And life is energy. And karma is energy. And whatever we put out into the world, first of all, impacts the collective, impacts the world, because we create a frequency, a wave with that. And that wave comes back to us, right? And so from an energy perspective, when I think of kindness, when I put kindness out into the world, I'm sending that love energy throughout the world. It's like the butterfly effect, and it can be felt. It changes the world. And in my small way, changing the world changes me. So if I'm feeling kindness, I'm feeling love, it's because I've sent it out there. And I'm thrilled to have the awareness that what I send out is also what I receive.
Wow, thank you. So my beautiful one, over the weekend, I will do so I just want to let you know, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, down below in the show notes, all of my guests is there, all their details and how to connect with them. Also, Gail, Beverly, and Cindy's book and the link to buy their book is also there. But, oh, I heard I mustn't say but. So, thank you, Lisa. However, Gail have two books. So both of Gail's books are also linked into the description because she was on the Soul Diamond Author Show. I am able to do reviews now, my beautiful girl. I will do yours over the weekend. After a long research, I found out because I'm in South Africa and I don't buy on Amazon, I needed to spend $90 to be able to do a review on somebody's book. Did you know that? I didn't know that. So I sent my mom and the family in Dallas chocolates and all kinds of stuff so that I can have $90 of stuff sent it to them so that I can do reviews. So I will be doing a review eventually and also on your book, Cindy. and on your book, Beverly. So that I've put down for this weekend. Okay. So just wanted to share that because I didn't know why. It keeps on telling me you're not viable to do a review, and I didn't understand what it was. I had to let somebody from Amazon phone me from the call center to come back to me and tell me you didn't spend any money. I said, yeah, I understand. But anyway, so Cindy, my question to you is, how has kindness play a role in your own healing journey, your own healing and transformational journey?
I just needed to unmute myself, I guess, here. That's a wonderful question. It's everything. It's everything. I think that when you're going through a very difficult time in your life, it can feel so isolating. And I think that when people are kind to you, I'll give you a story. So when I was going through my divorce, it impacted me on every level that you can imagine, as it would. Left with an infant at the time. Finances ended up being a huge, huge thing for me. And before that happened to me, I used to go out to lunch every Friday with my girlfriends. And money got really tight for me for a while. And so I started making excuses of why I couldn't go on Fridays because I was embarrassed that I did not have the money. And vulnerability, I was basically told that you don't show signs of weakness. And so it got to the point, though, where my friends were like, what's going on? And they all surrounded me and said, we're taking you to lunch today. Because when I explained to them what was happening, they all came around, circled me around, hugged me, and took me out to lunch. And it was just that not feeling so alone in what I was going through and having somebody show that kindness to say, you know what, I'm here for you. And allowing that kindness then to come in, because initially it was like, again, embarrassed. I didn't want anybody to know, but that was such a pivotal moment for me to see that I wasn't so alone in it. And I think that was the beauty of kindness. And that helped me through it, right? Is to realize that kindness allowed me to be vulnerable and to open myself up to more. And so I think it's really important to know that kindness matters so much when you're going through some type of life transition, something that's difficult for you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, my beautiful Cindy. And I do believe sometimes when you are seeing all the difficulties, you don't see the or gratitude towards stuff that is happening to you, because you are almost, they call it knee deep, but it's not knee deep. It's like you can almost not breathe. So thank you for that beautiful story. Exactly, Paul. Thank you for that beautiful story. So my beautiful Beverly, let me unmute you, and then I'm going to ask York the question for you. How does kindness towards ourselves influence abundance and confidence?
Well, as I said earlier, I think that's exactly where kindness begins, is with ourselves. And when we're not kind to ourselves, we're beating ourselves up for every teensy tiny little mistake, then that's what we're focusing on, is the mistakes, and they're going to multiply. But when we look at those mistakes, quote unquote, as feedback, as an opportunity to grow, and we're kind to ourselves about it and like, it's okay. As Cindy likes to say, it's all good. And I can learn from this. So what do I do next time? How can I make this better? Because the mind will answer any question you ask it. And if you're asking it, oh, why did this happen to me again? You're going to get an answer. You're going to get it happening again. But if you ask, like, okay, what can I do to make it better? And you're being kind to yourself about it, then you're going to improve. your abundance will improve. And like I said, abundance isn't just money. It might be that more kindness is coming to you. It might be that some love is coming to you. It might be that support is coming to you, just like with Cindy's story. It's all of that is what's going to come to you so that you can put more back out into the world, because you can't be kind to other people if you're not kind to yourself.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Beverly. That was beautiful. Thank you for the glasses. And yes, my beautiful Cindy, I agree with Gail. I love your glasses with the hearts. I love it. This one is almost like that, but it's not as beautiful with the black background. I love it. I love it. So, Paul, I was so mesmerized by what Beverly have said. I've not moved down to go and fetch your question. So, just give me 1 second. Where did I put? Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. Paul, as a connector expert, why do you believe kindness is essential for meaningful human connections?
Straight up, you give what you get. And if you want to connect with people that inspire, uplift, support, love, share, are genuine, you have to be that way yourself. And in just looking back and paraphrasing everything that everyone's already shared, this is deep in my heart, because in order for me to share, I have to know and to make a good connection that I'm available. In that idea that I make choices that may not be the wisest at the time, but did I know better at that time? That's why I needed the experience. And so in my gaining the experience and the wisdom and the knowledge of that time, now being able to, like Beverly says, forgive it, be it myself, and say, hey, those were just lessons that I needed to have. And, Cindy, again, being kind enough to myself and recognizing that I was on that journey and that I'm not who I was before. And then tying it all back into what Gail said, it's what you put out there. This is, to me, this is the law of attraction. And this is this is my world. And when you really put it all together, the care that you have, and if you can forgive yourself for the stupidity, I'm going to use loose words like that. My choice is, how crazy was I? Because I did that. Stop flogging yourself. You are the one that's going to punish you the most. Let it go. And then when you can accept that you are just growing and learning, forgive myself. Please forgive me if I've harmed you in a way that you feel harmed. I didn't know better at that time. I will do everything I can to make amends for that and give you that kindness to ask for forgiveness. Because that's what we tend to forget, is that I have to ask and give forgiveness and request permission to grow, that I acknowledge that presence where I was at. Because if I don't acknowledge it, there's no truth in my moving forward. Again, I don't have to have the deep conversation with anybody else. You don't need to know all the details. You just need to know that I'm genuine, that I recognize I bombed that one. And it's up to me to fix it, because nobody else can fix it. I can point fingers, but every time you point fingers, remember, there's three pointing back at you. So when you own that accountability, that's when that power comes back into you. Connect your thoughts to what you really, really want. And that's where the heart comes in, and that's where the caring comes in. And your kindness is projected through the emotion that comes from your heart. It's not your words. It's not your thoughts per se I can use the words and you will hear my word. But it's the energy that I attach and the meaning that comes from my heart with those words that combine in your hearing and your absorption of that. But again, in order for us to have a genuine conversation and make that connection, we need to realize that we all are simply the energy people. Like you said, Gail, we are this energy that we either create a positive or negative charge in the universe.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Paul. So, my beautiful ones, I said to Paul today Paul was 749 coffee chats, 749. And of all the coffee chats, a lot, but I must just mention, it's most of the time women, that their language or their words they use, I can hear there's no self-worth, there's no I will say they're not self-reliant on themselves, they don't have, some of them not self-respect. So I totally believe, and then I give them challenges to do. I'm so sorry. I'm going to. I'm so sorry. Then I give them challenges to do. And when they start with the challenge, because they said yes to me, now they're doing it. But ultimately, they are changing their way of thought, their way of speaking. So, Gail, I wanted to ask you the next question, and I will have to go and drink something in a minute. Why is inner transformation so important to create that external change?
So I have two quotes to begin with. And one is, as within, so without. So how I show up in the world mirrors that back to me. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And the other is Gandhi. Be the change. Be the change you want to see in the world. And so if I'm looking at the world, and if my life is full of stress, anger, chaos, lack, any of those lower energies, it's because I'm putting that out into the world. It took me some, CTJ, which is come to Jesus conversations with myself, to admit and recognize that I'm creating my own problems, right? That the energy that I'm holding is being reflected back to me. And I didn't like what I had to see. And so it is really important to me to be very intentional, very aware of how I'm feeling, why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling, and how I'm projecting that out into the world. Because again, the more kindness I put out, the more kindness I receive. And believe me, I receive a lot of amazing kindness across this country, and very grateful for every bit of it.
Thank you, my beautiful girl. I was so grateful you went around the country because you showed us through your lens and your camera everywhere that you went, even the devil speak. I remember something about it long time ago in a book, but then you went and you took photographs, and I was almost on your road trip. How remarkable that we went on your journey. So thank you so much for that beautiful answer, and thank you for taking us on a road trip. So
I'm not done.
I know. My beautiful Cindy, my question to you is, why is self-kindness often one of the hardest things for people to practice?
Yes, that is the question, isn't it? To me, it all comes back down to, we just talked about this earlier in another conversation. I call it the programming or the messaging that we've received very early on in our lives, that we then develop certain beliefs, and we do a lot of self-protecting, I think, by shaming ourselves. Because if we've been shamed early in our lives, for whatever reason, as kids, we take in all of these different inputs, and it may not be that parents or our caregivers at that time intended that, but it's the way we actually interpret it. I'll give you an example. Say a child, maybe about 4 or 5, whatever, has a glass of milk, spills the glass of milk, and the parent says, "Oh my gosh, how many times have I told you to hold on to that glass with 2 hands? Now you spilled it all over the place. Now I've got to clean it up." Whatever, blah, blah, blah. So it's that message that's coming through. It was just spilled milk, right? But the way that that was expressed, and maybe the mom or dad was just having a bad day, that child takes that in now, right? Oh my gosh, they were shamed for simply spilling a glass of milk. That can impact you on so many different levels then. And then it stacks, right? As it layers and layers and layers, as we become adults, more of that negativity that we take in, because now that's what we feel inside, it just keeps layering and layering and layering. So then what happens then as adults, we self-shame ourselves before anybody else does as a self-protection mechanism. And so that, to me, it all comes down, why do we don't self-kindness? Is because we're self-shaming ourselves to protect ourselves. essentially. And this is a way for us to actually start to feel more safe. Counterintuitive here, really. And so I think that's why it's so difficult. And so we need to actually see that that's where this is coming from, that we've got just some programming, the messages or whatever, however you want to frame that. I call it programming. But messages that we received early on that literally just kept getting stacked. And let's face it, our society, certain cultures, there is a lot of blame and shame. And this is nothing against the men, Paul, here, but there's a lot of ways, and there's men have their own constructs. I can speak to the women here in terms of like all the messaging that we received in terms of like how women are supposed to act and behave in society and culture, whatever, etc. And that really impacts you. And so then we have this little inner voice, the negative inner critic, it starts saying all I should have done this, I shouldn't have done that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that really impacts then in terms of like how we see ourselves, how we feel about ourselves. So of course, self-kindness to me equates then to self-love. How do we pull that in? By recognizing all of like what we received, what are the messages we received? And that takes time. It's not something that just happens overnight. Typically, it's one of these, I call them heart opening events. It's usually some kind of heartbreaking event that happens in your life that opens your heart in a way differently for you to like take a look and see, okay, wow, what's happening to me right now? What do I need to do? And that's where choice comes in. Now I need to make a choice. What do I want to do with this? Where do I want to go with that? But to me, that's where it all starts, right? Is we need to have awareness is key critical. That's the first piece. And typically it takes some kind of, again, event for us to see what's happening. And then we've got to do a lot of inner work. And I think that's why. I mean, it's until we get to that point, I think the self-kindness kind of stays in the background. Self-love stays in the background. And I love what you said earlier, Beverly. It all starts there. It really starts with us loving ourselves completely and fully, flaws and all. Whatever that, there is really no flaw. We're human beings, right? Perfectly imperfect. We are going to make mistakes, as you said earlier, Paul. It's going to happen. That is part of the human experience here on this planet. And I think when we can start to recognize that, then we can pull in more of that self-kindness. And how do we get there? You've all said it before, gratitude, forgiveness. Those are the steps into it.
Beautiful, beautiful said. And yes, that's something that Cindy is mentioning to us, and I want to mention. She's the only woman I know that got a hole in one. So I'm so proud of you, my beautiful one. I still keep on thinking about your hole in one. I'm so proud of you.
I'm trying to repeat it this year. We just started golf season. I'm like, oh, can it happen again? I don't know, because it took me 20 years to get the first one. So you never know.
Yes, because you got the first one, now the second one is easy. And she showed all the photographs, my viewers. I jumped up and down here in South Africa. She's in New York, or in New York State, I must call it like that. And I was jumping up and down in South Africa when I saw the pictures. And then I tried to phone her and I left a message. I said, wow, congratulations. Thank you, Cindy. So my beautiful Beverly, this is a very big thing for especially women. Always feel guilty not giving children enough attention, or family, or even yourself. But I really want to look at the attention, the guiltiness of for them to prioritize. And I practice the word. So let me ask you the question. Why do so many women feel guilty about prioritizing? Yes, I pronounce it beautifully. Themselves to their well-being.
So that's a great question. It really is. And just like Cindy said, it's programming. And it goes back generations and generations and generations that, I mean, we were handed from one person to another back in history. We are taught in our society, and many societies, we are the caregivers, so everybody else has to come first. we have the child, we have to take care of the child. We don't have time, right? If you have a baby, you don't have time to sit back and go, okay, let me go pamper myself. And then we think it has to go on that way. We become caregivers for siblings. We become caregivers for our parents. And there's even the sandwich generation where you're caregiving for your elderly parents and your small children at the same time. And I think it's just because of time and what we think is a time constraint, as well as then there's jobs, because oftentimes women have to get a second job for the income for the family, or we think we do. And so then when we take that time to have, to go to lunch with some girlfriends or to just go sit alone in silence, we feel guilty, especially if we hear a small child knocking on the door, mommy, 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 or auntie, 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 or whatever it may be. We feel guilty again because I'm just want 5 minutes. And the problem with it, I think that's the reason we feel so guilty. And what we have to do is realize that we have to take care of ourselves before we can take care of somebody else. It's the whole thing with the oxygen mask. You have to put it on yourself before putting it on somebody else, because if you lose oxygen, how are you going to help somebody else? If you deplete all of your energy, how are you going to take care of someone else? So we have to, and it is difficult to turn it around and look at it as, I have to be kind to myself. I have to love myself. It's the only way I can share that kindness and that love with others properly. Because so often when we're in the whole guilt, we're giving other people attention, but it's always divided attention. And we're doing something else while we're talking to the child, or we're doing something else while we're caring for a parent, and we can't be there fully for them if we can't be there for ourselves.
Thank you, my beautiful Beverly. And I just wanted to say thank you so much. After your masterclass, quite a few women have watched the replay on when it went out on E360. And I have spoken the last 3 weeks to 2 women that masterclass of yours helped them not to feel guilty and that I can be happy for what I receive. And your activation plan or your activation daily tracking, that helped them both a lot. I said to them, thank you for telling, but you have to go back to Beverly to tell her about this. So thank you for everything that you are doing, my beautiful Beverly. So, Paul, are you ready for your question? I'm going to give you this question because I do believe this is maybe the most important one for me to ask, as we only have a few more. Well, we have about 11 minutes, but I would love you to look at this one. What simple daily practice help people lead with more kindness and awareness?
Give unto others as you'd have done unto you. Probably the biggest answer that I can put out there in equality. It's recognizing that everybody's on a journey and we don't know where they're at in that journey right now. Be kind. Just because I'm walking along with that pasted on smile, I'm happy, right? And being genuine in my place. But my world is falling apart. And I can't share that with you because I'm a man. And I've got too many things on my plate. And you're asking me to go earn more money because you want to go out on a coffee. And I haven't had a break in months. But we can't talk about that because I have to hold that in. Kindness is just recognizing that we are holding back so much that we believe no one else cares about. And until you genuinely care that I am unraveling and I'm hanging on a thread right now, that until you recognize that, we're not equal. And for me now to take this, because this is journey, this is lessons, this is life, and not to put on that smile, but to put on my genuine, I'm happy to be alive. now that somewhere on this journey, there is a messenger who will meet me today in this place because I'm looking for it. And that's probably the biggest catch in all of it, is to really take that moment of observation, the inventory of where you're at, where you want to be, but see that there are markers along the way. And the sunshine, you ladies, I have such respect for what women go through. You know, you'd say I have no idea. I have ideas. You don't know everything about me, and until you start asking and we get time to have conversation. I've only got 10 minutes, but this is a lifetime. Right? And I'm going to take every second I've got. You don't know that I've been married 3 times and I've had families with them. I've had adopted children, and I can't talk to anymore because of conversations between adults that just created so much anger that people don't want to share and admit that, hey, you know, I was wrong. I'll say that right now in front of the entire world. I was wrong because I didn't know any better at the time. But yet I can still move back in that thought. I can't change anything except acknowledge now that, yeah, and I can own. But there's a two-way street until that other person says they were wrong as well. Because we didn't respect at that moment there was something to grow. But now I can take this now and say, I'm ready to grow. Whatever happened, happened. You were you, and that was just what you knew. That's like forgiving our parents. One of the most freeing things you can ever do is forgive your parents. If you think they screwed you up, they didn't. You're just tagging it, carrying it along. It's those were the cool rocks you picked up and put in your own backpack. Cindy, I have great acknowledgement and appreciation for that thought, and Beverly, the idea of where we've been and all the lessons that we've been programmed. Today is the end of your programming. How many times did we see that when the me comes on or starts? And as kids, we'd wait and watching that Stripe with the Saturday morning cartoon. Here they are, yeah. Everything changes because we've been programmed to a certain point. And now this opportunity that I've been blessed with to be here to represent on the male side. Who does it mean to me to be a man? What's a man? I mean, this is gender, male and female. Let's not get into that conversation. But what it means to be a man is to be a person with integrity and compassion and the love, the joy, the acknowledgement that my feelings are exactly the same as yours. Did you guys know that I spent 10 months at home looking after twin boys, doing primary care while my wife went to work as a heavy equipment operator? You know, we switched roles, and I understand postpartum depression. I understand that feeling that I can't achieve everything in a day, where I got up, I looked after the kids, I did all the laundry, I had dinner ready when you were home, and I was busy doing the dishes, and all I really wanted was not to have you come in and say, you know, is this ready, or do you want a hand with that? No, I don't want to admit that I need help or that I even really want help. But what I would love to have is for you to just walk up and say, hey, you know what? You've been giving her all day. I've got an opportunity now. I just came in. I had a little relaxing moment. Thank you so much for letting me have my 5-minute break or whatever it was. Or I got 10 minutes to drive in silence. Did you have the radio on or not? The choices you make to find your space to get regenerated. But when I can walk home and say, honey, I see where you've been at all day, and it's trapped with the kids, and you're just at a wire, and you need that 5 minutes, Beverly. You know what, honey? Why don't you let me take over with this? I'm not going to say that you're doing a bad job, and I'm not going to say that you need help. I am going to come in and say, I want to take this off of you. Please let you go take a break. Go sit down. Go have a coffee. Go take a shower. I got this. You deserve it. And to be able to recognize that it's not asking or telling you that you need help, because it's the one thing that we all fall down on, is to genuinely, when we need help, to ask. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. And being the one who's big enough to say, I'm here to help you regardless of what it's going to cost me. Because really it's only time or maybe some reputation. But if that is built between you and I, that bond, that trust, then it was priceless. Forget about the rest of the bazillion people on the planet. Right now, there's only you and I. And this is so much of, you want to talk dragon energy? Let's breathe that out. Just That can destroy every bad thought, every bad intention that was ever there. So that's why we have to be careful of the words that we put out, because those words, that's dragon fire. And use that kindness and that energy, that magic that we have within us to say, here's my gift. Because even in all that ash that we've had happen, what grows? It's a part of the nurturing cycle. But in order for me to move forward, I have to destroy all that past of mine. I can't destroy yours. And if I'm thinking I can do that to be better, then that's putting me in a power trip and I'm in the wrong spot. The only thing I have control over in this entire universe is me. And I am the one who's responsible for my own energy, my own bubble. And it's the words that I tell myself, that I believe in, that regardless of the program that somebody else tried to tell me that I was worthless, I am a gold mine. I am priceless. I am not, and I'm going to knock the ladies here a little bit, diamond in the rough. I'm a tanzanite. I am one of the rarest gems on this planet. And I shine.
Thank you, my tanzanite.
Thank you,
Wow.
ladies.
I love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So my viewers, I want to ask you now a question. And then it's ready for our paparazzi time. So are you ready for your question? So let me just read it. How can I, well, you can ask yourself this. How can I become a greater source of kindness, compassion, and encouragement in the lives of others? And I really wanted to make sure to put in kindness, compassion. They are almost like they are meant to be. But I really wanted to put encouragement, because sometimes somebody just needs some encouragement to continue, to keep on going. And if you can be somebody's cheerleader, not only will you make a difference in their life, but it will also enrich your life, because you did something special today. So my beautiful Gail and Cindy, Beverly and Paul, thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your brilliant light that you are shining out to all of us. Yes, yes, my beautiful
Cindy,
Gail.
I have a question for you. What
Yes.
does kindness mean to you?
Wow, thank you. Kindness is when I, in person or on screen, can look somebody in the eye and I can see their brilliance. And I am one of those people that really love to share what I see in other people. And then when I tell them what I see in them, they're like, no, it cannot be. And I said, yes. And then my kindness, my cherry on my kindness is when they reach that point I've already seen. And that makes me alive. That makes me even love them more. So I hope I've answered your question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking. So paparazzi time. My beautiful girl, what is your golden nugget?
Joy, 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 joy.
I love it. I used it again today for somebody. So can I paparazzi you? Here we go. And I've got the flash, Gail. I've got the flash. I'm so happy. My beautiful Cindy, what is your golden nugget?
You are not broken. You are becoming.
Oh, I love it. Are you ready for paparazzi? Here we go. Wow, wow. Thank you, my beautiful Cindy, my beautiful Beverly. Can you give me your golden nugget, my beautiful one?
You are that light, so let it shine. Shine,
Oh,
shine, shine.
let it shine, let it shine. I love it. Can I be paparazzi for you as well? I love it. I love it. I love it. So, Paul, the ladies have given me beautiful poses, first of all. What is your golden nugget?
Be the kindness in the world that you wished you would have received.
I love it. Are you ready for paparazzi? Here we go. Oh, wow, wow, wow. My beautiful viewers, did you love our show today? I loved our show. Today was such a special reminder that kindness doesn't cost you anything and it enrich your life and love overflows everywhere. So here is some of our love to you. when I go, oh, I love that beautiful Beverly. When I go to my grandchildren, I say, oh, my sending you lots of love. The little one is now going, but the other two will go. It's so precious. He's now 20 months old, so I'm truly blessed to have him in my life. Will you have a dance with me, my beautiful guest? My beautiful viewers, will you have a dance with us? You say yes, you say yes. Here we go.
Sonny should come and dance with us sometime.
Here we go. Woo-hoo!
Walking on sunshine or dancing in the rain. Sprinkle me with fairy dust so I can fly away.
Love it, girl. Love it. Oh, where you going?